That was a false alarm. What do you got to go to the call the Vernon Hills Village Board meeting to order? Roll call, please.
President Byrne.
Here.
Trustee Cook.
Here.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Hebda.
Here.
Trustee Schultz.
Here.
Trustee Marquardt.
Here.
We have a quorum. Would everybody please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Hey, even the press wasn't interested tonight.
Matter.
Yeah. That's okay.
All right. Obviously, we had our special meeting before this, and what do we have to do? Motion to recess? No. Reconvene?
No, this is the regular
This is
meeting.
Motion
regular.
to adjourn? No.
You're already
No.
set.
Okay, we're going to regular
Go
meeting.
right for it, right
Okay,
back down the middle.
citizens wishing to address the board. There's citizens here, but they don't want to address the board. Okay, Vernon Hills Village President, appointment of Arthur L. Janura. Okay, Junior of Arnstein, Lehr, as hearing officer consistent with Chapter 17 of the Code of Ordinances. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Questions or comments? If none, roll call.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Marquardt.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Motion carries. Assistant Village Manager Joe Carey, holiday tree and menorah lightings.
Thank you, Your Honor. The 2014 Vernon Hills Holiday Tree and Menorah Lighting Ceremony will be held at the Vernon Hills Golf Course located at 291 Evergreen Drive on Saturday, November 29th at 4:30 p.m. Help bring the holiday season in by assisting Mayor Byrne and the Vernon Hills Queens flip the switch to the holiday tree and menorah. Bring the family, neighbors, and kids out for hot chocolate, cookies, and cider. With the assistance of the Countryside Fire District, Santa has been able to clear his calendar in order to attend this event.
Oh, nice.
God bless Santa.
Okay. Any comments or questions on that one? All right, Joe, thanks. Let's see, Public Works Director Dave Brown.
Thank you. On the omnibus resolution, there's resolution 2014-150. Wanted to give the board an update before you move forward with voting on those items.
Yeah.
It's Civiltech Engineering's professional services contract. The village previously hired Civiltech to perform different traffic studies. Traffic warrants are one of them at Lakeview and Greg's Parkway. They also looked at Greg's Parkway as a whole based on conversations with the Homeowners Association and input from staff, including the police chief. So we were able to hire them to perform certain duties. I just want to make perfectly clear, they've performed a lot of work already trying to address concerns. So resolution 2014-150 includes work that they've performed already. It also includes a component of potentially a traffic signal. We are not going to release them to move forward with any traffic signal. We need to talk to LDOT. We need to have more discussions, but I wanted to at least include it in the contract should it be decided that that's the option we select. So it does contemplate it. It's a not to exceed contract, so we will not be paying for that work if it's not performed.
How far away are we though from, actually improving those intersections and the stacking lanes, the turn lanes, the through lanes, which is the bigger project that they were involved in, throughout, for the business park itself?
So as part of the capital improvement program, we're going to bring that in front of the board to discuss whether or not we move forward with that project. I've had them not only look at the big picture, but each intersection individually, should we not select the whole project.
Right.
So they are very far along.
And is there any opportunity for any you know, motor fuel tax monies other than our own from the state or federal or?
For their professional services, that can be paid for through motor fuel tax.
Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that part, but what I'm saying is if we actually do the physical road improvements and intersection improvements, we would attempt to get funding.
We absolutely would attempt to get funding. It is on the Council of Mayors program for the county. It is listed that it could start as soon as the project's ready and the board elects to move forward.
And is it ready?
It is 90% complete. We're not moving any further and expending
Right.
the extra money without more
And
discussions.
this is a process we started, what, at least 5 years ago?
That process started shortly after Fairway Drive was extended all the way through to 45. So it's been on the books for 8-10 years.
Okay. Yeah, because Lord only knows, everybody has probably a favorite intersection there, but, you know, certainly Lakeview and 60, and even coming out of Target, you know, and Portillo's, you know, just that we could do on our own, I mean, because that's totally internalized, just to improve that particular stretch of road, you know, so people can make a right-hand turn, you know?
True.
Of course, that involves what? Realigning the southern part of Lakeview Fairway as it approaches up to the police station?
Yes.
Is it a curve?
Yes, we'd have to look at that whole intersection.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the whole picture, and we're looking at each individual intersection also, and
Each intersection's what? A couple of $1 million plus?
it really depends which intersection, but certainly an intersection can cost $1 million.
Well, yeah, plus, yeah, well, that's probably conservative.
Yeah. I think the overall
And
project.
then one day we'll get signals
Permanent
at
license
going
in
into the CTW. That would be special, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to pay for it, so let them, yeah, they can
I don't know,
have it hanging from there for life.
$1.2 million question.
I'm waiting for, has anybody, chief, ever used that as a double left-hand turn, because you got the two lights there? And they both, the arrows, you know, come on simultaneously.
No, I've not known anybody to do that.
Would we even ticket them?
Probably not.
Well, then I'll have to try it.
Art.
Okay.
If it's that.
No, I'm only kidding, folks, I won't try it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've often thought that's like a problem if somebody did do that and there was a real serious accident. Okay,
Probably sue us.
yeah, probably. All right, anything else?
Not on this item.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Snow and
this
ice
should be thrown
control
away.
plan adoption. Everybody's had a chance to review that, I assume, and anybody have questions? Trustee Schultz?
With regard to James Martin doing Crenshaw Drive, who did that before?
It was previously done by Public Works.
Okay, why are we?
There's been different service levels and confusion for that area as far as whether it was the village, whether it was James Martin or not. Based on its location, how we loop through, it would be treated similar to other cul-de-sacs within Greg's Landing.
Didn't hear an answer there.
Could you repeat it again? I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah, we did it before, so why exactly are we delegating it out?
We've had problems with that location. We've got a number of calls from one concerned resident, and we think that by James Martin doing it similar to how they do all the other cul-de-sacs, they are able with their smaller trucks to touch the driveways, and our larger trucks can't make the turns and touch up the driveways and the windrows to the level that a smaller truck could.
Okay, so we expect an improved level of service.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What subdivision is that?
So that is Bay Hill.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's the road that goes completely through it.
When you turn off of Greg's Parkway, it is a backwards question mark.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the question mark.
Oh, okay. And that, yeah, what is that, a turnaround, or is it, it's a cul-de-sac, but is there, no?
It's, well, I guess the best way I can describe it is if it's a P, and at the end of, at the end of the P, there's a cul-de-sac. So we would normally just loop through like you're making a P, and it's
Is there
right
a
at the end is a
landscape
cul-de-sac.
island in there or something?
I'm sorry?
Is there a
Yes, it does.
landscape island in there?
It does have an island,
There is an island there, yes.
Yeah,
and that's one of
All
the
right.
things.
okay. All right,
So just wanted concurrence from the board that the policy is acceptable and we're moving forward. One important part that we are doing is the anti-icing. Anti-icing on Saturday almost saved us a call-out because we only had under a half inch of snow. So it did work, it did melt things, it did buy us some time before we actually did get called in. So we're going to continue that practice.
do we do it tonight?
We anti-ice on a 5 to 7 day schedule, so we've already moved ahead with the anti-icing ahead of time.
Oh, okay. All right, that's it, huh, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the omnibus vote agenda A through L?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Hebda? Aye. Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next item, unfinished business. Approval of Kemper voucher list of bills dated November 18th, 2014 in the amount of $8,576.16.
Motion to approve.
Comments or questions? If none, roll call, please.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B, approval of October 30th, 2014 special village board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. Comments or questions? If none, roll call, please.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item C, approval of the voucher, the November 5th, 2014 village board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second?
Motion is second. Comments or questions, corrections, deletions? If none, roll call, please.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item D, approval and passage of ordinance number 2001-4-042, an ordinance amending the Vernon Hills Code of Ordinance Appendix C zoning, Article 4, 13, and 16, providing regulations for medical cannabis facilities. Who handled this one originally? Mike?
Yes.
Okay, and just a clarification here, which one has to be 1,000 feet? Which one 2,500 feet?
Dispensaries have to, dispensaries need to be not in a residential zone district and need to be 1,000 feet from daycare facilities, nursery schools, those kinds of uses. Cultivation centers need to be 2,500 square feet from residential districts, daycare facilities, and similar kind of uses.
Okay, so if my memory serves me right, the actual cultivation could be located
In Gordman's.
by Gordman's, okay.
That's correct.
And then the distribution could be,
Portions of Continental Executive Park and portions of Corporate Woods.
yeah, okay,
Both would require a special use permit.
right. Okay, is there a motion to approve in the passage of this ordinance?
So made.
Second?
Motion is second. Any comments or questions? If none, roll call, please.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
No.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
For the record, I'd vote aye. Motion carries. Next item's pulled, which was the request for Christmas tree sales at Westfield.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any new business to come before the board? Trustee Hebda.
If the board will concur, I'd like the building commissioner to reevaluate the sign at McDonald's. There is no sign right now. I'll eat my words, but I do think the sign needs to go up that says McDonald's on the front. So I don't know if you want him to investigate more and come back to us at the next board meeting, but I think it needs to be there. It looks empty without it. It just has the logo.
I thought they pulled that sign.
We
They
we
pulled that
actually-
sign.
They
pulled it.
only
Well,
because
well,
we
we
wouldn't
kinda
pass it.
prattled
We wouldn't
them.
pass it for them.
we wouldn't. pass
We
it.
wouldn't have passed it with it. That's the only reason they
I
pulled
don't
it.
know, but they pulled it.
Yeah, I
But I'd
could,
just like if
there was-
Mike could look into that.
I can do that. You're
Why are you
speaking
doing it?
of,
You want to look into the landscaping? Because landscaping was taken out and wasn't put back in.
we'll take a look at that as well.
Thank
The job is, it's not completed yet.
Right.
But we'll make sure they comply with the landscaping plan. The sign that trustee Hebda is speaking of, I believe, is the individual letter sign that says McDonald's on the north elevation.
Yep.
When the board approved the redevelopment of the McDonald's, and that included certain sign variations, there was a lot of discussion about the logo variations. And ultimately, the variations for the logo were approved with the condition that the individual letter sign on the north elevation, which was otherwise would have been permitted by the sign code, that it not be installed, and McDonald's agreed to that. So if the board wishes to reconsider that, I can go and look at some of the details of that, but we would need to amend that ordinance to remove that condition that granted approval for logo variations. And so we'll look into that and go to work on that for you.
I believe
Weren't they supposed to put the M, the arches,
Yeah.
on the west face, and there's nothing on the west face?
That's correct. They've been granted approval to have just the arches on the west
So-
face.
So basically, they decided to put the McDonald's back and not put up the arches that we approved.
You approved an arch on the north face and the west face.
Right.
With the condition that the individual letter sign not be installed on the north elevation.
Right.
They've put the arch on the north face,
Right.
and for reasons that are unknown to me, but I can find out, they've not put the arch on the west face. They were approved for that, but it's not installed.
But there's a sign that says McDonald, letters that say
But they
McDonald.
put-
McDonald's,
yeah.
right, which we.
Oh, yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna bring this back and just report on it?
Yeah, I'll give you a report on it and what action the board would need to take in order to allow the individual letter sign on the north elevation.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right, and what else? Anything? Anybody else got anything? This is, I don't know, this might be something going into the new year about vaporing. Vaporing's the use of electronic cigarettes.
Oh,
in-
Papers, yes,
E6.
Well, it's actually called vaporing.
yes.
I'm not up on the new,
Well,
the
I'm
new
trying to
lingo.
work with you, chief, So,
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, but apparently, it's, I don't know if there's been any complaints. I don't know if anybody does it. But I think it's something that's, we have to address,
We've had no complaints that I'm aware of. Village manager and I have had a couple discussions on this, and we've looked into it. And right now, the decision seems to be split. I think there's only one or two communities that have actually taken steps to regulate it. The other ones haven't. On one side of the coin, you have the people that say, it's better than smoking cigarettes, it's less harmful, you're not inhaling all the carcinogens. And on the other side, you have the people saying, yes, but it's still a gateway to smoking cigarettes. Jury's still out, and even the Surgeon General hasn't weighed in on that yet, because I checked their site too.
Okay, well, at some point, and I'm not sure, if there's any I mean, is there anything, I'm not gonna say secondhand, I'm just gonna say even if obviously you gotta breathe in. And you gotta
Yeah, you're
breathe
just
out,
inhaling the
you know,
nicotine vapors,
and I don't-
nothing
you know,
else.
And I don't have a clue what else is in the exhale.
Well,
You know what I mean? It's gotta be, you know, is it just pure, what, I don't know what it is.
It's
I mean,
nicotine.
Is it just, you know,
Yeah, it's
not-
nicotine, it's
does it
vaporized
contain
form of
obviously, because
anything
now they're
from the
gonna
actual
regulate 'em.
electronic cigarette?
Yeah, I'm not, I don't have that detailed of knowledge either. I know it does have nicotine, and it's inhaled by a water vapor rather than smoke. So, is there any harm to people that are in the room? Or, I think is kind of what you're getting at, and
Yeah, I don't know.
We can do a little more
my company
research to
took a
find that.
stance that's-
And we do have model ordinances. I've got several model ordinances, should the village decide to take some stance on it.
You wanna make the comment to the public?
I did, my mic's on.
Did you hear what Barb, trustee
I
Williams
said, my boss, my company, before I retired, took the stance that smoking was smoking, and so therefore it was banned.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, the argument
I mean,
is
I
that it's
don't
not,
know.
the other argument is that it's not smoking. Nothing is burning, it's a vapor,
Right.
it's like a water vapor.
What we can
But
do,
it does have an odor, I can tell you that.
yeah.
That I don't
It
know, I've
does
never
have an
smelled
odor.
it.
I can smell it, yes.
What we can
And
do
other
is,
people have said the
we'll
same.
pull together some information and send it out to you in the transmittal, and, get a little background
Well,
information.
you wonder, I
That'd be
mean, I would think schools have taken some position on these already.
And that I'm not sure. You're right, they probably have, but, yeah. They have a zero tolerance on drugs, including aspirin and Tylenol, so I'm sure that this also falls within that.
I'm sure.
But as John said, we can pull together some information. I've got a whole packet of information on it already, including some, model ordinances that other communities have passed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
That would
there's
be
gotta
good.
be some other chemical compounds involved in transporting it, the nicotine somehow into your lungs and,
Yeah, I just don't know how it works.
right.
I don't know enough about it.
Okay. All right, well, maybe we'll hold that one for the new year. Somebody, all right, is that about it?
I think it's it.
Yeah, happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day, everybody.
What, you wanna do something? What, the
We
special
adjourned it.
meeting, we adjourned in there?
Yes,
Okay, so we're clean?
we're clean.
All right, so is there a motion just to adjourn?
So made.
Move, second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. The board meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night. Happy Thanksgiving. We will not meet till